What has China done to transform bankrupt Greek port into the world's largest port in the Mediterranean, making the West envious? Over the past few years, US national security officials have focused intensely on the increasingly growing military strength of China, facing such a formidable challenger for the first time since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Washington now describes Beijing as a peer competitor. China is not only the largest trading partner for many countries, but also provides critical infrastructure for international commerce. This influence is particularly evident in the maritime transport sector, where Chinese companies closely linked to the Beijing government have become leaders in funding, designing, constructing, operating, and owning ports globally. Most recently, China's investment to take over the near-bankrupt port in Greece, turning it into the largest port in the Mediterranean, has sparked envy among many Western countries. Let's explore the details of this development in today's video. Greece is a country with a glorious history that has played a foundational role in human civilization, alongside Rome. As early as the 7th century BCE, the Greeks conquered the seas and the world, using sailboats with 3 rows of oars, reaching speeds up to 10 nautical miles per hour, comparable to many modern transport ships. However, in January 2016, Greece had to sell the Piraeus Port to China for a sum of $409 million. It's been a painful reality for the Greek people, especially during the debt crisis. The Piraeus Port, situated to the southwest of the capital city Athens, is a natural harbor and the main gateway of Greece, connecting trade between 3 continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa. It is the largest passenger port in Europe and the 3rd largest globally, serving approximately 20 million passengers annually. With a throughput of 1.4 million TEUs, the Piraeus Port ranks among the top 10 container ports in Europe and in the Eastern Mediterranean. It is also a focal point for cruise ships, bringing tourists from around the world to explore the millennia-old city, the capital of Greece, Athens. However, in 2008, the situation became truly dire. The original equipment was outdated and poorly maintained, and the device records of some facilities were destroyed. Due to poor management, the port could not afford to pay its employees, resulting in low productivity among staff. Some port vessels, due to poor quality loading and unloading processes, become severely stuck, and a series of trucks waited to receive goods, some even queuing up to 5 kilometers away. Over time, business at the Piraeus Port gradually declined, creating a vicious cycle, and loss amounted to $13 million. The port nearly lost its customer base and had to opt for selling at a low price to settle debts. Why did such a good port fall into such a disastrous state? The most crucial reason is Greece's economic crisis. After Greece officially adopted the euro in 2001, the country took advantage of easy credit within the bloc to borrow and expand government spending, creating a short-lived economic solution. However, after the global financial crisis in 2008, borrowing costs surged, making it more challenging to obtain finances. Financial condition worsened, with a large number of companies declaring bankruptcy. Greece had to sell some state-owned companies and assets to generate cash, and Piraeus was one of them. However, at the time, no country wanted to accept the poorly performing port, and most of Greece's listed government assets in the West were deemed inefficient and not worth investing in. As the Greek government was becoming desperate, China's COSCO Shipping Corporation engaged in lengthy negotiation with Greece and ultimately decided to participate. They secured the right to operate the Piraeus Port. According to the agreement, COSCO would have the management and operation rights for the Piraeus Port, one of the busiest ports in Europe. Additionally, the GLIL granted COSCO the rights to manage and operate the Piraeus Port until 2052. This news spread worldwide like tornado. Many Westerners mocked China for this decision, believing it to be irrational. They thought that the Greece Piraeus Port would become China's bitter pill in Europe. However, those who ridiculed China received a strong blow to the face within less than 2 years. China transformed the Piraeus Port into a top-notch facility, making many politicians regret. On June 1, 2010, after an 8-month-long transitional period, China officially took over 2 container terminals at the Piraeus Port. Within 8 months, the port recorded additional losses, reaching tens of millions of euros. It can be said that China inherited a truly chaotic situation. To revitalize the port, COSCO Shipping Corporation transformed the Piraeus Port from 2 aspects. The first aspect was the equipment confronted with outdated equipment and frequent malfunction at the Piraeus Port. COSCO quickly dispatched the best managers and technicians from China. After 2 weeks of continuous work, the terminal was essentially restored to normal operation. The agility and decisiveness of COSCO helped ensure that issues at the terminal were efficiently resolved without causing significant disruption to port activities. This also enhanced their reputation in the transportation and logistic industry. With China's relentless efforts, the volume of cargo handled at the Piraeus Port has increased. Despite the global decline in transportation and worsening overall situation in Greece, Piraeus Port maintained a growth rate in cargo volume, among the top 100 container ports globally in 2011 and 2012, achieving double-digit growth since then. Surprising the entire world. Furthermore, with Greece approval, China has constructed Pier 3, a deep-water port equipped with the most advanced 13 dual hoist crane, 6 railway tracks, and 28 electric gantry cranes. The cargo handling capacity of Piraeus Port has been elevated to new heights. Simultaneously, with a rapid increase of China production at the Piraeus Port, the training of related talents from China is also progressing. When China took over the Piraeus Port, many Greeks were concerned that the Chinese would take away their jobs. However, Greeks soon discovered that their concerns were unfounded. China did not send a large number of Chinese workers to the Piraeus Port. Instead, they hired over 1,000 new employees right from the beginning of the takeover. Under Chinese training, these employees quickly familiarized themselves with operational procedures, mastered Chinese standards, technology, and experience. This undeniable contribution significantly boosted the volume of Chinese production at the Piraeus Port. To dispel Greek misunderstanding about Chinese business, the COSCO Shipping Group made significant efforts addressing the issue of meals for employees. Upon understanding the situation, Chinese management decided to provide free lunches organized by the company, and employees established meal management organization to ensure local workers would feel the warmth of China. Moreover, recognizing that some Greek employees were not comfortable speaking up and often faced financial difficulties before receiving their wages, the company allowed them to advance a portion of their salary to help them overcome hardships. After years of diligent work abroad, only 18 Chinese people are part of the management team at the Piraeus Port, while over 600 are local residents. Chinese businesses are increasingly welcomed in Greece. With China's relentless effort, the Piraeus Port has undergone a renaissance. China won the commercial tender for the Piraeus Port openly and directly. Now, Piraeus Port has become bustling thanks to the national-level investment and efforts. Under COSCO's management, Piraeus revenue increased by 30% and the profit multiplied by 4. In 2018, the port paid dividends of $11 million, with 24% of that transferred to the Greek government. Although the European Commission reluctantly approved COSCO acquisition of the Piraeus Port Authority in 2016. They expressed concerns about China's influence in Greece. Thanks to COSCO's investment, the number of containers passing through the Piraeus Port increased from 685,000 in 2010 to 5 million in 2018. Piraeus officially became the busiest port in the Mediterranean this year, with 10% of Chinese goods to Europe passing through this gateway. Not only that, but many leading international businesses have also established logistic distribution companies at a Port Piraeus, and numerous interested clients are actively negotiating. The prosperity of the Port of Piraeus will continue for a long time. The success of the Port of Piraeus has also helped Greece attract hundreds of millions in foreign investment, directly creating more than 3,000 local jobs, indirectly generating over 10,000 jobs, and contributing 300 million euros annually to the local economy. This is a crucial factor in helping Greece overcome its economic crisis. Greece has also expressed deep gratitude to China, stating that the Greek people will never forget that China stood up for them while they were enduring a severe economic crisis, whereas Europe did not assist them. It can be said that China and Greece have achieved mutually beneficial situation in operating in the Port of Piraeus. At this point, Western countries have only recently discovered the potential of Port Piraeus, labeling China's involvement as a significant deal and admiring China's vision. France openly stated that no one could have imagined that China would turn the Port of Piraeus into a distribution center, a cargo hub, and a gateway to the rest of Europe. It has become the flagship of China's new Silk Road strategy up to now. The Greek government remains satisfied with COSCO's operation at the main port of Greece. China's investment in Piraeus is beneficial for both countries, stated Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. As the first summit between China and 17 Central and Eastern European countries. Chinese President Xi Jinping described COSCO's investment in the Port of Piraeus as exemplary project. Xi, who personally inspected the port in 2019, considers Piraeus as an essential hub for Chinese rapid maritime connection with Europe and the link between Asia and Europe. Some opinions suggest that Chinese officials have looked beyond just acquiring the Port of Piraeus. They aim to turn it into a transit hub for Asian export countries, while economically benefiting COSCO. This move also served the geopolitical agenda towards Eastern Europe, laying the groundwork for more Chinese goods to enter the European market. However, these assessments are unfounded. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the latest videos from R. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.